Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. When we consider the quality of our japa, meditation or introspection, there are two kinds of obstruction comes. One, we cannot achieve the next step, or we are not able to maintain the present step. Little difference. These are two of the 9 obstacles of meditation given by Maharshi Patanjali in Yoga Sutra. So the state of mind, that means we should know what is my next achievement, what is my immediate objective of spiritual practice. We always think of the end, mukti, moksha. That ideally is okay, principally it is okay, but the present state of mind, I must see what is my next immediate goal. One is a final goal, one is the immediate goal. That immediate goal, if it is not clear, you cannot move. Which direction? For example, just for the sake of example I am telling, those who are at the foothill of Himalayas, they say my goal is Mount Everest. If he is here, Mount Everest is here, it is not this straight. So he may have to go different ways and go. So that final direction is fine. That is an ideal. But I must know my immediate, which is not in the direction of Everest, which is in other direction, could be, because that is the path. Just for example's sake I am telling. So if I do not know my immediate goal, then spiritual progress is weakened, or rather it is not that much happening according to your effort. Secondly, not able to retain your mind where you are. It falls from there. It is difficult to progress, but before you progress, you must have stability in your present state. If you cannot keep your present state up, your mind will fall down. So you have to come back to the present state. Then you progress. In the present state, you have somehow come, overcoming your limitations, but still you have liking for the lower state. So you are not able to hold on to that state, your mind comes down. All the teachings which are given of vairagya, dispassion, is all because of this purpose. It is something like, even after your PSLE or primary 6, you go to the secondary school, but you say, no, I will like to study in primary school. No, you have passed primary school, so you have to go to the secondary. Even once upon a time, primary 6 or PSLE, what we say in Singapore, was your ideal. But after going through it, after passing that, next is your ideal. You cannot hold on to your PSLE. These examples, just to understand this, that you progress, hold on to that state, then progress, hold on to the higher state. The state of mind, condition of mind, or the nature of mind is like water. Always wants to flow downward. If you pour water anywhere, the water will find a way to go down because of gravitational force. In the same way, the mind has tendency to go down. When the subject of thinking of your mind is of the lower level, it is easier for mind to go down there, because that is according to your instinct. Instinct is the nature of the body. So, the flowing down is a natural tendency of mind. To make it reverse is the whole game of spiritual life.
What did you say exactly? What was the word? What was the last word?
The game of spiritual life is to work with the mind which is flowing downward, to restrain it and to take it to the higher is the whole spiritual life, whatever we talk about. Everything which happens in our life, or you read in the life of others, you will find it is because of this only. The natural tendency of mind, so you think this is how it is done? No. Spiritual life is always against the nature. That's why it is difficult. And that's why most of the people in the name of spiritual life settle down at the level of rituals and they live the personal life in the most ordinary way. That's why we always say to be religious is fine, going to temple. You are not going to temple, from tomorrow you start going to temple. Oh, he has become very religious. You don't become spiritual by that. Right, staying inside the temple, you do not become spiritual. Spiritual is your wish, willing to change yourself from within. So the whole spiritual life is nothing but struggle. Many people, many means most of the people, they settle down at a particular level in their life because they are not inspired, or they don't have capacity, or they don't have inspiration to go further. Work is another thing. We work. We need to work. You work. Working is not an issue. The attitude towards the work. If you are not conscious, just like any ordinary person, ordinary I mean we are all ordinary, not from that point of view. Ordinary is one who doesn't have a spiritual ideal. They are ordinary. But if you have a spiritual ideal, you do work for the sake of spiritual life, your attitude has to be different. That's why it says you dedicate the fruits of action to God. That's why in our order we have a day. Oh, we are doing Thakur's work. Thakurari kaj korchi. Why we do it? An ordinary man will not do. If he doesn't have a spiritual aspiration, He will not move a finger without the purpose of either earning money or name and fame or whatever. So, to be a spiritual seeker means that you have accepted that I am going to change myself from within, my attitude, the way I live my life, what I do in all the waking hours. We also say, if you do meditation 1 hour a day, the quality of your meditation in that 1 hour depends on how remaining 23 hours you pass. Watch a movie for 3 hours and then sit for meditation. It is difficult. Why? Because you are going in one direction, now you want to go another direction. That which haunts you in meditation, that which disturbs you in meditation, is you have to see that your thoughts, your heart, your mind is attracted towards that with which you are attached. Hatred also is the same. Attachment and hatred is only positive and negative. What you say? But both are same. That which keeps you away from yourself, whether positively or negatively, is a disturbance. Excessive love, excessive hatred keeps you away from yourself. So those who are balanced people, the first sign of your spiritual progress is the amount of detachment with anything that is external, including your own body. Detachment, as much as detachment. You cannot remain attached to the world and say that I want to spiritual progress. So detachment is the first thing. And then this, a balanced state of mind with minimum hatred, minimum attachment. Otherwise your mind will be like that football who 11 people want to kick in the left side, 11 people want to kick on the right side goal. Think of that ball, look at the ball only. The whole field, the ball is being kicked. That is our mind. Half of your effort is to go to left, half of your effort is go to your right. So, samya, balance, equilibrium, this is the state which we are expected to achieve. Thinking that a few shlokas are there about this. Sameness. Sameness comes from where? The meaning of my name also is the same. Sama, Chitta, mind is the same. That is spiritual practice. That is the ideal. How my mind can remain at the same pace when I have less and less attachment and aversion, attachment and hatred. If I don't have hatred, if I don't have attachment, that is a detached state of mind. So detachment is not a negative quality. Detachment is what it should be. Detachment is one of the condition or qualification for spiritual life or meditation or whatever. So Krishna spends few slokas, he says few slokas about this sameness or this balanced mind, or rather balance, the highest level of balance is realization. There is no way that your mind goes here and there. It remains in that place. So these sages, great people, the equanimity comes in them. Even if you have not reached that state, you are on that path. The equanimity starts developing in you. A kind of sameness comes to you. Differences are only for the namesake. Treatment is not different. So Krishna says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane. Gavi, cow. Hastini, elephant. Shuni, the dog. Swapakecha, and those who eat dog's meat. Sri Krishna's time also there were people to eat dog's meat, no? Otherwise why these examples should come? Many tribes may be taking, or maybe modern people also may be taking, I have no idea. But in India we have one state in the northeast where they eat dogs. Dog meat is the routine. Nagaland. So here Sri Krishna says, how to be same-sightedness can be developed in this apparently so much different examples. One is an ideal person, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane, a Brahmin with his good qualities. He has Vidya, he is a man of knowledge, and he is humble. Not that he is an arrogant scholar, no. As the other day I was telling to one group, students are collecting information. Teachers have a conviction about those subjects which they are teaching. Information and the knowledge. But there is one group of people who not only have conviction about what they teach, but they do research. After knowledge, there is a wisdom. They become wise in their own field. Could be science, could be anything. And they add into this knowledge bank with the teachers will be teaching. Students, teacher, and this group of wise people. Who are these wise people? Technically those who do the doctorate. Doctorate is not a degree. Whatever knowledge is available, whatever is being taught, you get convinced. You understand it. And then with your wisdom, you churn out something new in your mind and give back to this syllabus or the knowledge bank. So they are the wise people. I don't have understanding of the technically how doctorate is given to people. But as I know, you can't have a doctorate in your subject unless you give the world something new understanding. Let's say you compile few people's opinion and then give a new title, your supervisor may not be agreeable to pass it on to you, pass you to get a doctorate. So those wise people in spiritual field One is the student. We read scriptures. Then you understand the scriptures. Then you live life according to scriptures and get wisdom and add back. That people say, we have read it, but this is something new you are telling. That new is the essence of churning of the scriptures. Holy Mother says, as you keep on deal with the flowers, the whole room, your hands, everything has a fragrance of flowers. In the same way, you keep on dealing with scriptures, not physically book, but you keep on reading scriptures and discuss it and meditate and think about it and speak about it and all that. Slowly, that fragrance like knowledge of the scripture will start coming to you. It's a long process. So, he says, these people who have achieved this knowledge, they have this state of mind where they have a same-sightedness. Another meaning, why same-sightedness? Because they see God residing in everybody. Apparently you are different, looking different, profession different, but they see God residing in them. And they treat as practical as possible in the same way. How much is the difference in people? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane. A Brahmin, scholarly Brahmin with humility. Gavi, Hastini, cow, elephant. Shuni, dog. Swapaka, one who eats dog. Panditaha Samadarshina. This Pandit is a scholar in general sense. Actually, that is not the meaning. We have a Pandita, Panda. This word we use very colloquially. The priest on the pilgrimage places, we call them Panda. Panda of Kashi, Kashi Panda, Puri Jagannath Mandira Panda. Priest is Panda is a very colloquial understanding. It is not the technical understanding. Panda, Shankaracharya says, Panda iti Atma Vishaya Buddhi. That intellect which is capable to realize truth, that intellect is called Panda. One who has that intellect is called Pandita. Pandita is not the scholar. Pandita is this wise man who, after knowing that, that's why Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. They are not scholar of Vedanta. Once you are a scholar, you study the book. You become every nook and corner, every word, how the word has come, why, what, this, that, become scholar. But after scholarship, there is a wisdom. Until that wisdom comes, scholar is good. We don't say scholar is not good. But after the scholar is the wisdom. What is the difference? We are reading Bhagavad Gita. I try to explain my own way, whatever I understand. But if you go to university, there is a professor of Indian philosophy. He has read Bhagavad Gita. He has read Upanishads. He may have read other scriptures. So he explains to you, maybe much better than what we can explain. But then to act accordingly is altogether a different thing. To say that this is what scripture says. But anyway, that's what I can tell you. I have nothing to do with this truth. That's why you do not find people flocking to that professor who could be very highly educated in Indian philosophy. How many people will go to him and say, "Sir, can you initiate me?" "Oh, I don't give initiation." "Why? You are a great scholar of Indian philosophy. But you will go to a monk who was not even a student of Indian philosophy. But he understood the essence of it and then tried to work it out in his own life. That wisdom, you can read Adbhutanandaji's life, never read a scripture. But why he need to read a scripture? He has the essence of scripture with him. Sri Ramakrishna, for example. And for the example, most of the great people in this world. Jesus was not a scholar. Buddha was a scholar. Krishna was a scholar. Rama was a scholar. But the saints whom you worship, saints whom you adore as a spiritual giants, not everybody was scholar. Tulsidas was scholar. Surdas was not a scholar. Mirabai was not a scholar. Gyanadev was a scholar. Tukaram, Namdev were not the scholars. So being a scholar, a scholastic spiritual life is one thing. But those who do not have this scholarship of the scriptures with them, but still they have understood and realized the essence of scriptures, that is what is required. We do not compare to them. We are too small to compare these two. Can you compare between Jnaneshwar and Tukaram? No, we cannot compare. We are just telling that one is a full of scholarship, one had no scholarship. But they both achieved the same. So that wisdom, which has a capacity to add on to knowledge bank of the world, that is the essence of scriptures they take. So these people, the person with equanimity, person with equilibrium, person with same-sightedness, person with seeing one, could be stages of that. But those who have a essential understanding that whatever the external form is all about, but inside resides the same spark of divinity. This understanding comes out of wisdom, not out of scholarship. And Sri Krishna sings the glory of this. Ihaiva terjita sargo yesham samye sthitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te sthita. They are established in what? They are established in truth. Which is the truth? Which is the same in every beings. To understand that, that's why you will find being practical is one thing. Can you imagine Sri Ramakrishna hated one person's soul? No, there was no such hate. He has expressed his excessive appreciation for a person like Swamiji and other monastic disciples and Balaram Basu and this side, even Girish Chandra Ghosh, which was apparently so negative. But he saw that inside positivity in him. He said the inside is much bigger than many of them. But again, practical side is one. So he says, Swamiji, don't mix with Girish too much. Girish Chandra Ghosh was a intellectual giant, poet, dramatist, but with a lot of negativities which is apparent. Sri Ramakrishna doesn't want to see those negativities. He wants to see that his faith in God, Sri Ramakrishna uses Panchi ke Panchana, 125% faith in Sri Ramakrishna. Whatever external behavior he had. But practical side Sri Ramakrishna didn't miss. When a person like Narendranath comes, Narendranath is appreciative of this Girish Chandra Ghosh. Sri Ramakrishna, no, don't mix too much. He has his own covering which is negative. Because Swamiji has to play a role of internal and external purity. You cannot afford to have external impurity like Girish Chandra Ghosh. So much impurity. Even Swamiji didn't want to see those. When people used to come and pay respect to Swamiji, do pranams to Swamiji, Swamiji never accepted pranams from Girish Chandra Ghosh. You are too big for me to accept your pranams. Swamiji used to call him GC, and Girish Chandra GC. So, this same-sightedness prevails in these great people. The more spiritual side you are, that's a natural tendency of those who are on a spiritual path. Whether you have started, whether you have achieved little, whether you have achieved more, or you have achieved the final, whatever way. But that much same-sightedness comes in them. So when you see the same-sightedness in people, a kind of minimum attachment, minimum hatred, when that balance if you see in people, that much spiritual progress that person have. That's how the balance goes. You know the old play when in the circus boys and girls will walk on the rope with a bamboo in their hand so that they keep balance. Neither hatred nor attachment. They have to balance themselves between these two and keep a balance. Then they can walk on the rope, which is absolutely impossible for you and me. That much difficult is this, but that state can be achieved. You tell somebody to drive a bicycle, how in a 1.5 inch small tire you can keep balance? But those who can do it, it becomes natural to them. In the same way, for us it is a sadhana. For them it is a nature. Shankaracharya actually writes, I may not be able to find here immediately. Shankaracharya has one line. The qualities of the great people becomes the sadhana for the ordinary people. It is natural for them. For you and me it is sadhana. For you and me it is spiritual practice. One who can fly the plane so easily, for a novice, he has to go for a few years of course just to achieve that ability to fly the plane. So he says, here itself, while living in this body, the rebirth is conquered by them whose minds are established in sameness. This is the result of same-sightedness. Then same-sightedness will not come till you realize that you are Atman and the presence of Atman in everybody. So he says, if that state comes, ihaiva teirjita sargo, sarga is birth, not swarga. Swarga is heaven, sarga is birth. Ihaiva, tai, by them, arjita, jita sargo. They have conquered this whole process. They are free from this process of life and death. Yesham samya sthitam manaha, whose mind is established in this same-sightedness, in this sameness. Nirdosham hi samam brahma. Nirdosha, our colloquial meaning is what? One who is not convicted is a nirdosha. Dosha means mistakes, no. from where the word pradosha comes. Nirdosha is one who do not have this disbalance of hatred and love. Since Brahman itself is the sameness, because that is the only thing which is common in everybody. And free from defects. What defect is this? Defect is not to be able to see God in everyone. And therefore they are established in Brahman. Many times people say, what is that Brahman? What is Atman? Yesterday somebody was there. What is the Atman and Brahman? Atman and Brahman is the same thing. When you breathe, you take this air within. So inside and outside is the same air. You keep a pot in the water of the river or the ocean. So there is some water in the pot, inside the pot, and other water is outside the pot. Is the inside and outside water is different? No, it is the same water. Because of pot, we think inside and outside. So when water is inside the pot, you can say it is Atman. Outside the pot, in the whole ocean, same water, think it is Brahman. There is no difference between Brahman and Atman. When you say an individual, like pot, then it's called Atman. So those who are established in this Brahman, established in the same thing which is present in everyone. No difference at all. Expression is different because of this covering of mind, samskaras. That's why you will find the difference in the external behavior of even the great people. Varieties are there. As many people, that many varieties. But inside is the same. This could be one root of your, even the religious harmony. That every prophet, every incarnation, it is because of the geographical location, because of the language, dress, food, culture, they look different. But eventually they have realized the same truth. The truth is not two. A Brahmajnana by a Hindu Vedantic and the Nirvana of a Buddhist and the heaven for the Christians is not two different things. Sri Ramakrishna says that once they realize the truth in their own religion, obviously they will appreciate the realization of other religions. But I don't realize my religious goal and then keep on fighting about the external differences. Oh, I pray like this, you pray like this, your temple has this architecture, my mosque or church has this architecture. These are all external changes, external differences. That's why the other day I was telling to some place, think suddenly 4 people gathered together. Krishna, Buddha, Jesus. What do you think? They will fight? No, they will not fight. Why they should fight? No, but their followers are fighting each other. Because they have realized the truth. They don't fight. One who is a same-sightedness, one who has progressed towards this. What is his progress? Na prarishyet priyam prapya, na udvijet prapya apriyam. Sthira buddhira sammudho, brahmavid brahmani sthitaha. This is a high ideal for us. But walking on that path, it should be my final goal, but the effect of that is my immediate goal. What is the immediate goal? Na pravishyet priyam prapya. When they get something which they want to get, or when they get something which creates happiness, They don't become elated. Slowly, if you lead a sadhaka's life, you are happy when you get something. All of us, for example, we are matured by age. All of us are given one chocolate. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we be that elated like a child when he gets a chocolate? No. Child gets elated. Child forgets everything. Chocolate, chocolate, goes round, start running around. I got a chocolate, I got a chocolate. You and me may become little happy, little smile. Or you come and give me chocolate, thank you. But there is no elation in you. There is no celebration kind of thing. Oh, I got a chocolate. But child will get that. Same thing with external things. Big thing becomes small. There could be a cause of people's euphoria, so to say. It's okay. What's the big deal? No, udvichet prapya apriyam. When something which is apriya, something which is painful, instead of giving chocolate, you scolded me, you told me a bad word, you insulted me. Thank you. Go. You are not depressed because somebody told something bad about you. Somebody scolded you, somebody insulted you, humiliated you. We have to undergo all this every now and then. Swami Akhandanji writes in one place, then in Baranagar, after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, they stayed in that haunted house, Baranagar Mutt. So we used to meditate. What meditation? Meditation on God today. There are varieties of meditation. Swamiji used to say, now meditate like this. What? I am sitting on a big asana, like a simhasana. Hundreds of people are gathered to respect me. People are praising me. People are offering everything. So many things they are doing as if I am somebody very great. Just see, do your mind get elated because of that? Next moment, somebody came and slapped you. Somebody came and insulted you. See whether you get a bad feeling out of it. To be neutral, neither affected by positive nor affected by the negative. This state of mind is required, in a practical sense, it is required for your spiritual progress. You cannot meditate if you don't have this. I asked one devotee, hey, I didn't see you for a very long time. No, I don't come to temple. Why don't you come to temple? No, she comes into temple. She sits beside me. I don't like her to sit beside me. Sitting in presence of Sri Ramakrishna, you don't feel that presence. You feel presence of the another lady who is sitting around you, is it? You can't meditate with hatred in your mind. You can't meditate with so much attachment in your mind. Until you are little free, not fully even. Until you are little free from this hatred and attachment, how you are going to meditate on God? This is the reason for which our quality of meditation depends on the minimum hatred and attachment we have. People can't meditate. Why you cannot meditate? No, I have to go. Where you wanted to go? I have this. Either you are stressful, you have pressure. What pressure? Pressure is of fear of losing somebody, fear of losing something. Leave everything and go. Two monks were doing tapasya, real story. I won't tell the names. Two monks were doing tapasya in a very ancient cave near Rishikesh. And a great monk used to stay there, called Swami Samachittananda, not Purushottamanji of Ramakrishna Mission, but other Purushottamanji. So these two monks staying in that cave. Some news came for one of them that your father has passed away and your father has left a huge property. So 2 or 3 brothers there. So brother says, no, even if he has become a monk, his portion, let him do whatever he wants. We will not take his share. So this monk came to know a huge property, crores of rupees. He immediately told to the other monk, brother, I think I go, settle it down and come. The other monk says, you renounced everything. Just from here you tell your brothers, my one also you share and take up. I don't need it. Why you need give to importance to your share which you left the whole thing. How the share can come out of that? But that Swami couldn't. So he left. And huge estate. So again plan come, Oh, let me do this and this money and I can do this, I can do good to the people. I think better I start my own ashram. I can do some work. And slowly, the story goes down. He wanted his own ashram, that there is nobody to look after the ashram, that he needs this, he needs that. Eventually, he became just like 2 of his brothers, another family. Not to be elated, not to be depressed is a great quality. This clarity, sthira buddhi, their mind becomes static, asammudho, who is non-deluded. Brahmavid Brahmani sthitaha. If he has realized the truth, he remains established in God. He doesn't need to. There is a very beautiful one Bengali song. The whole song I don't know, but I have heard it earlier. Jake pele mon chaina kichu, shyar kichu na shudhu ma. That getting which, accepting which, receiving which, there is no dearth of anything of this world. Anything big has no meaning in your personal life because you have achieved something which is so high. And that satisfies you. Contentment comes. Your mind doesn't look for something else. In general, I am telling you. For example, we are there. Even if we are not highly spiritual that way, but I am not looking for any kind of promotion in my life. I am not looking for any kind of, Belmont should, headquarters should say, you are like this. No, I don't need to hear any appreciation from anybody. Do your work. Serve the order. Serve the people. Take the name of God. Matter ends there. If that is not there, you will go behind where the name and fame is there, where promotion is there, where importance is there. I go to the people, those who praise me only. I don't like that person because he doesn't like me. All these things you have to come out of that, just so that you can sit at the temple and do japa. Which haunts you, I go back to the same way we started, which haunts you in your meditation is 2 things. That with which you are very much attached and that with which you hate. If you are free from hatred and excessive attachment, then your mind will be somewhat in balance and it will help you to fix your mind in God. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.